With the first pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Trevor Lawrence.
The Cincinnati Bengals select Joe Burrow.
The Arizona Cardinals select Kyler Murray.
NFL Draft Week is here. The moment has arrived. Players' lives are going to change, and we are going to witness the new stars being introduced to their new teams. Osi.
Yes, sir.
As a man who was drafted.
I was drafted, wasn't I?
I always have to start with that because a little bit of me, it's hate.
Yeah.
I used to want to beat guys in my
you.
position that were drafted higher than me out and make sure they got cut.
But you did.
And I did for years.
Did. Yeah, you did.
And that is where we're going to start in this.
Yeah.
One thing about the NFL draft I love, and I got to give you credit on this and how we're going to approach this, is it now gives every team a chance, right?
Yeah. Don't you love that?
I do.
Don't you love that about the NFL?
I wish the world operated like the NFL. Give the little guy a chance. Give him a little something. Make it fair for everybody, because if it's fair for everybody and there's a level of competition for everybody, we all grow.
Everybody eats, J-Bell.
Everybody
eats. My father used to tell me one thing, Jason. You know what he used to say to me?
Tell me.
Those who eat alone fight alone. That's what he used to say. Those who eat alone fight alone. And guess what? In terms of the NFL and the draft, everybody eats, B. Everybody eats, all right? The guy who was last gets the first pick. And this is what happens. And now who do we got going? There's a lot of people talking about Aidan Hutchinson, the pass rusher out of Michigan that's going to be the first pick in the draft.
Yep.
I don't know about that, J-Bell. I'm not so sure about that guy being the number one overall pick, man. I think he's going to be a good player.
Right.
I think he's going to be a safe player, but I don't think his upside is limitless. I'll tell you who I saw. I remember one day I went down there to Florida, and I saw a guy by the name of Joey Bosa training. Ooh. And when I saw Joey Bosa training, J-Bell, within 30 seconds, I said, this guy is special, right?
All 30 seconds.
Jason, 30 seconds. There was his movement. There was the way this guy moves that I said, this guy, and he was with a bunch of people there.
Yes.
He stood out immediately, right?
Right.
When I look at Aidan Hutchinson, I just don't see that kind of movement ability. Now, I think he's going to be a very good player, but number one overall pick, J-Bell, you got to be something special, I believe, and I'm just not sure.
I mean, a lot of people are agreeing with your comment. I will say this. It's hard because the draft is here. It's this year. You have to grade the players there.
Yep.
Somebody has to go number one, and you want to throw up smoke screens everywhere, because if you are Jacksonville, if you don't completely love that pick, last year they did, right? Everybody knew they're going to get Trevor. But if you don't really love that guy, you want somebody else to move up.
Yeah.
You want somebody else that has somebody they love to trade, to come up to take that pick.
You know who I'm picking number one overall?
Who are you picking?
David Ojabo.
Hey, listen.
Ojabo.
When you saw those guys play side to side in Michigan, there's a reason why Ojabo jumped off at the tape, because you have a guy who is considered your number one player coming out, the number one draft pick, and you got this other guy coming on late who's showing he's got the real stuff. That's what makes this draft so hard. I mean, we all are guessing. I will say Aidan Hutchinson's numbers look like somebody who's explosive, but I hear what you're saying. I mean, when you look at the Bosa brothers, they were surefire. You know, you like you said.
Unique.
But I will say this. It's all about need. It's a gamble. And I am interested in this draft for one reason.
Tell me, Jason.
Because of what you just put out there, right? You laid it out for us. I think there's going to be a ton of movement in trades. We had an offseason of player movement. Okay. We usually don't see a lot of trades, a ton of them happening, but I think we're going to see a lot of movement, which is going to make the draft interesting to watch.
Yeah, it should be a lot of movement, because there's really not that many surefire picks in this year's draft.
You don't think so?
I don't think there's but like last year, there was, to me, there was a lot.
Okay.
And the year before that, there was a lot. But this year, I don't really see like 2 or 3 guys who can say these guys are going to be superstars in the NFL.
Right.
I just don't really see it. So there's going to be movement. People are going to be trading back because they're like, I don't know about this guy. Let me trade back and get more picks.
I'll back you up on that. Some smart football minds have been talking about how you want to be in the middle rounds and have a lot of picks and attack there, because you want a bunch of guys in there and figure out who's that person. the same way Baltimore, the Ravens are, in the way they draft. They get a ton of guys, they throw in the middle rounds, and they figure it out, let it flush out. So I'm with you. I will say this. I'm not saying it because I'm a DB guy, but man, I like that Sauce Gardner.
First of all, you can't call him Sauce Gardner. Let's just put an end to that right
now. The man got a chain that says Sauce on it.
I don't care what he has. Let's put an end to that right now, okay? I'm sick of that. I'm sick of it.
Because
okay?
you don't want him.
His name is Ahmad. All right, okay. That's his name.
Are you saying what his parents call him?
That's his name. Okay. Is he a good player? Probably.
Yes.
But I mean, he's got a nickname already.
Saucy.
You can't have a nickname coming out of college.
Dion had primetime.
No, he wasn't primetime coming out of college.
He was primetime in high school.
No.
He was primetime in high school. Listen to what
primetime was in the league. Primetime was in the league. No.
It came from high school basketball.
No.
You won't believe it.
No, I don't believe it. They started calling him primetime in the league. They didn't call him primetime coming out of college.
I heard his friend named him primetime after a basketball game in high school.
Oh, that's cool.
Because he was primetime.
Oh, that's cool. All that's cool.
You ain't listening.
They started calling him primetime in the league after he was just
your anti-nickname until you make it.
Until you do something.
Oh, well, you know what? You're a guy who is proven up.
And the funny thing is, Sauce is such a fire nickname,
too. Oh, it's
too.
so fire. If he balls out, he balls out.
Sauce. I got the sauce. No, you got a ball first,
I'm a DB guy.
Yeah.
And I'm just throwing this out there, and I'm sweating because the sauciness is making me sweat.
Yeah.
When you're 6'3", and you got long arms, and you can move like that, it's kind of like how Antonio Cromartie was.
Cromartie was a baller.
Right. You don't, usually corners, I'm trying to get everybody to understand, like at that height, don't have that quickness because you got long legs. It's hard, right? But man, he got that Osi coming off the ball. Hey.
Ooh. What was that?
Hey.
Oh my goodness. One more time.
Hey.
Ridiculous, man.
All right, man. I'm sorry. So, needless to say, we're excited about the draft.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. Let's see what teams get better.
Yeah. We're not calling him Sauce. I can tell you that right now.
Hey.
His name's Ahmad.
After he gets drafted, you call him Sauce.
No.
First day of practice.
Once he gets his pick. Once he gets that pick and then his knees go up.
Okay.
He does a little high step.
He got to get his knees up.
Oh, that's Sauce.
I will say one thing.
That's saucy.
I will say one thing. Shout out to NFL Africa because I'm telling you why. You're putting NFL linemen on teams.
Yeah.
And what you're going to see, people, when you watch this draft, you're going to see that offensive tackle go. You're going to see that guard go. And it's not going to feel, exhilarating.
It's not going to feel sexy.
But that's how you change your team.
Yeah.
Those big guys are hard to come by.
First one, the first one's going to get drafted?
Who's that?
Iki.
Yeah.
Ekwonu.
Yes, he will. The Giants love him.
Shout out to the NFL. Shout out to NFL Africa.
Yep.
Nigerian from the motherland.
Hey,
that's just
people
what we do.
You can kick him in the guard too. I mean, it's just I'm giving you your love.
That's just what we do.
I mean, listen.
That's just what we do.
I mean, I'm with you.
We're taking
I'm 33% Nigerian.
Free market economics. Free market economics.
Shout out to the NFL draft. Next year we'll be there. Free market economics. First class tickets.
Free market.